It's the Ohio Cannabis Institute 420 report. It's 420 here in Ohio. And stay tuned for a cheeky about Abong with Fred and Alan. So stay tuned. Hi guys, look at this. New day here in Ohio. It's, a beautiful day outside in this summer day, and, I've been hearing all about everybody that all excited that how many people put in an application for a level 2? How many people put in an application for a level 2, do you think?
I didn't get the exact number, but I know it's more than 100.
I heard this morning from a pretty good source it was only 46.
Oh my gosh!
Johnny Science called and told me, he said, it's embarrassing. He said, oh my God, Alan, he said, the whole world's watching and only 46 people put in an application in Ohio?
I didn't know. I was really thinking, I had heard numbers like 114 and 100 and, whatever.
Well,
Goes to show.
not to be too cheeky about Abong, but Abong is a spiritualness in India that's shared by the whole family. It's a taste of the sacred juice of life.
Yes.
Now, what a great name, Abong.
I like the cheeky part too.
I own a partnership called Abong with
Yes, you do.
a good friend of mine, a pain doctor from over in Dayton, and
Well known and quite renowned.
he's one of the best. Listen, I when you break over 230 places in your body, as I have, 230 bones, so to speak, not every bone, but places, some bones got broken multiple times. The level of pain, arthritis, and suffering that I can describe to you tells you I probably would go to any length to find the best pain doctors in the world. And I do that. That's why I can be in the pleasant tense and smile on a show like this. But 46, Johnny Science is right. If that's all the people that applied for a level 2, it's embarrassing. So, okay, Ohio, but we've got some backwards, archaic law writers here in Ohio, and thinkers. They're very conservative, neoconservative. What is a neoconservative? Neo-Nazis and Ku Klux Klan, skinheads, all formed together. These type of things in Ohio, that's just rural Ohio, and they got a right to live someplace as well. But conservatism in Ohio, as a minister, I'm going to tell you, the ministers of Ohio, they can't agree on hardly anything until they agreed that they weren't with me on cannabis. Which is kind of funny. That means they're probably wrong and I'm probably right. Just sheer logic here, guys. But, oh my goodness.
Well, he's another business partner.
Well, that was Dr. Roger. He's out there right now. He's got this 100% gold, pure medical grade CBD oil, and I've been getting that stuff from Teresa's been making me put a little dab on my tongue every day, and honestly, I think it's part of why I'm feeling so vigorous again. I'm in the pleasant tense. I'm 67 years old, and I've been thinking about selling my house because I just needed to downsize from the pain, the steps and everything. It's killing me. And all of a sudden,
Feeling good. I have a personal story to tell about that. I was in Newark last week, and there was a gentleman, a friend of yours, actually.
yeah, he is a friend of mine.
Who was bitten
We'll
by,
leave names out of this.
he was bitten by a tick and got Lyme's disease. And
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, and had gone to the hospital in the emergency room, did all they could, and blah, blah, blah.
Sent him home to die.
And he took some of that gold under his tongue.
Well, start with,
Sublingually.
he called and was talking to Karen and was telling Karen he couldn't hardly compose words in a sentence and he was stuttering. He said, I'm in such pain, I think I need to go to the hospital right now, Karen. Can you come and get me?
Right.
And Karen, I was there when she called you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was a little
We jumped in the car and
my
went to
friend.
help, and I witnessed something I really had heard stories about but never experienced personally, and that was he took a little dab, put it under his tongue. I mean, it wasn't more than a pea size on his finger, put it under his tongue, and I'm not kidding, 10 minutes later, his eyes changed. I saw his demeanor relax because he had gotten out of the intense pain he was in. He was a new man in 10 minutes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What's fun about this is I've now heard it from you, Karen, and Dr. Roger, who all witnessed this
Yeah.
extraordinarily
All right.
change in this man's demeanor within a few seconds like that. I hear stories like this though from all over the country as I travel around, and being with the Epilepsy Foundation and being active with MS, and hey everybody out there, we got 2 million voters that are on their marijuana platform here in Ohio. I'm proud to say we got about 485,000 families of just epileptics alone that are joining us and are putting their voices with our voices, and they see what we are seeing. And the National Epilepsy Foundation just flew in a couple of their high wigs and brilliant people, and they were telling me how, hey, we're seeing miracles all over the country. Our organization, we got to speak up and say, this is saving lives. And so
It is.
I got to tell you, there's a lot more to it than just, I got arthritis in my knuckles, which, by the way, I've had arthritis in my knuckles so bad my hands have been mangled up half the time. Didn't think I could use them, and now I just rub a little bit on about once or twice a week, and I'm like a little kid today. I feel pretty good.
It's fun feeling good.
I'm in the pleasant tense. Let's just make sure we understand what we're talking about here, guys and girls. I don't want to walk around from the pain in my body every day as a holy man feeling miserable. Listen, I listen to people that are going through real misery. Their children are dying, their husbands and their wives are dying, their families are suffering. They've got somebody in the family that's on opiates and a heroin addict. They got somebody in the family that just had a miscarriage or an abortion. Every family out there seems to be suffering some realities today. And in a grown-up America, maybe it's just me, I'm 67 now, but I like having an answer when my loved ones and my friends call me. A lady the other day called me. She said, Alan, my daughter's up to 231 seizures a day. She didn't live very long, is she? I thought, oh my God, she's got maybe a couple days a week, 10 days on the outside. This mother says, Alan, I'm desperate. I'm desperate. Can you give me anything? Tell me anything. Alternative medicine, marijuana, I don't care what. I looked you up because I saw your name in the paper with marijuana. And I heard you were a minister. And then I heard you did a video called Compassionate Ohio, begging for a patch to be put on House Bill 523 to make it available quicker to people that are dying and suffering. And I felt so inadequate there for a moment, just emptied it completely. And she says, what do I do? And I said, well, tell me exactly where you live. And I thought she was going to say in Steubenville, Ohio, or Ashtabula, or, she said, oh, I'm in Michigan. And she told me the little town. And I went, oh my gosh. Well, it's real easy for you. Here's the name of a doctor that will write a prescription for your child. Get right on over there. You can get an appointment probably today. It'll take about 15 minutes, $50. He'll give you a card. Right across the street is a pharmacy, is a dispensary. I want you to go over to the dispensary. I know the manager there and the family that runs it. They're a Armenian family they're a wonderful family up there. And they're caregivers. If there was ever a family, there's 40,000 caregivers in that family. They will help you experiment and identify the strain of probably more of a hemp oil than a high THC oil. It'll be a high CBD oil with a very low level of THC, which Charlotte's Web and most of the strains like that are hemp that fit into that category by law. Totally legal, by the way, in every state. It wouldn't matter what state you were in. And I listened to my conversation, and I felt so good that I could tell this mother an affirmative answer. And she called me back later in the day and said, Alan, my child's down to about 1 seizure an hour right now. And
That's the same day.
that was the same day. She put a drop under the girl's tongue. And so when I hear these stories, and I'm hearing them all over the United States because I've been on Vice and HBO and Al Jazeera all around the world, so I've literally gotten phone calls from people all around the world. And as a minister, by the way, you'll see it if you look close today, all you people in the neurological worlds, I don't know how to do that. There we go. I got my my Epilepsy Foundation pin on for all the neurologicals. I'm going to a fundraiser tonight, and I want people to say, hey, what's that pin you got on your neck about? And I say, well, I'm a member of the Epilepsy Foundation, and there's children tonight dying and people suffering right now in Ohio that I want to save. I know it sounds corny, but I'm a holy man. I'm a man of God. I think that's one of my jobs. So today, being cheeky about Abong,
We haven't been very cheeky.
I didn't mean to get so
We got pretty
serious on you, but you know, I just had
It's
it
okay,
happen
man. It's
with
okay.
the story you just told about my friend over there in Newark.
Right?
You know, I felt inadequate that night also when he first called. I thought, oh my God, he's dying. He needs to get to a hospital. Karen told me she was already in the car going to drive over to meet you, which you were at my house, to drive over to his house.
Right.
But the time was a problem because I had to be someplace in an hour, and it takes an hour to drive to his place and an hour to drive back.
Yeah.
So you guys made the mission a mercy trip.
Well,
But you know what? I got a
that's
hold of
cool.
Roger, and I ordered me a couple $1,000 worth of that legal oil,
I did too.
and I'm not going to have these feelings again. I've got answers today, so if you got MS, if you're out there struggling with the cancers or whatever, the one thing I also have is I got a computer system that has every research project pretty well in the world, and there's several, I don't know, 100,000, I don't want to overstate it, studies that have been done and completed, everything from THC in breast milk to
These are double-blind, placebo-based, and peer-reviewed studies.
and I got them computerized, so I can go by diabetic type 2, and I can see every one of the studies related to that. Isn't that cool stuff? You know, as life progresses, it's just getting more fun by the moment. Had one of our Ohio's favorite sons, whose first name is John, and I think this guy's an interesting man. I mean, oh my gosh. He came to my house, we broke bread together. He's a man of God,
He is a man of God.
and that impresses me. And
Cares deeply.
he told me a story that so touched my heart about being in an orphanage, and that I don't want to take away his story, so I won't say much more about this, but I'm going to tell you. This man has his wife, by the way, is his best ace that he's got. She needs to be with him everywhere she goes because he brings out the best in him, and he otherwise is a little stoic and numbers type of guy, so he talks in numbers and he can put you to sleep in 3 seconds or less. But when she's around, he lightens up and releases and lets go of the other crap, and he gets to be real, which is pretty cool when he's real.
That means they're good for each other. That's what that means.
You know, it's wonderful to see that, and that's one of the wonderful things about just being out here in Ohio, and that's H-I-G-H in the middle there, Ohio.
He can't help himself.
Well, I hear all these little duties every day. People send me T-shirts with their new logos on it, and I've got probably 3,000 business plans. 3,000 business plans in my office.
You haven't researched this industry at all, have you?
I've been in the oil and gas business as an investment advisor and a money man since the early 80s, and thank God, because made fortunes in the oil and gas business, petroleum business, plastics, everything. It just was a good time. But you know what? That's $46 a barrel today, and I think Paul gave me a commodity quote last night for shipping in hemp oil, 55-gallon barrels of medical grade, I think he was quoting me 200,000 wholesale cost a barrel, depending on how many barrels I was buying at one time. And with the shipping cost and everything, oh my gosh, it was cheap. And that's coming in from offshore. That's coming in from Spain and other countries. And it is medical grade oil. And so the competition's coming, guys. If we're not ready for it, it's coming at us. But Ohio, we've got, how many, 32,000 people told us that they were cannabis, marijuana entrepreneurs in Ohio.
Right here.
32,000 people sent in emails telling us they were entrepreneurs wanting to be in the cannabis business.
In Ohio.
In Ohio. I mean, some of these numbers are just amazing to look at these things. That, when we were talking about that video I did for Compassionate Ohio.
Right.
My God, that was all the way back. That was February. That was before Valentine's Day I made that video. And I understand over 1 million viewers have now seen it and forwarded it and passed it on. So we're into the area where we don't know how many people now may have gotten it. You know, we've heard from people all over the United States about it. We know the numbers on everything else are growing. When we were over at the, was that called the Pittsburgh or the Pennsylvania Medical Cannabis Festival?
It was the World Medical Cannabis Festival held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And we were there. And we saw a lot of friends and people I know from the industry and people, doctors and Dr. Jonathan Cachet and by the way, some of them are going to be up this weekend in Michigan at the Cannabis Festival up there.
Right.
Cannabis Cup. I'm going to be at Columbus's very own ComFest. ComFest is this weekend. That's like cool. If you haven't been to ComFest, it's like going back to 1960s, and they wear tie-dye clothing and t-shirts and bell-bottom pants, and guys my age are walking around looking cool. Yeah. I'll be one of those people this weekend. If you want to see me, I'll be at ComFest. All right. Come on, Fred. Are you going to go ComFest this weekend?
Sure, I'll go.
I'll bet you Johnny's on his way up there with Anya, and a nurse friend of ours, and they're going to be up there at that Michigan show. So if you see them, you shout out and say, "Hey, Alan said hi. Get high." No. God bless. Hey, listen, you know, we're all just plant matter, right? And in the end, we're going to just
vape away.